Hello, 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 and welcome back, IOers, to another episode of Information Overload. I'm your host, Matthew Stephen, and on today's episode, we're going to be diving into what we all have been waiting for and talk about the settlement between Amber Heard and Johnny Depp. Meghan and Harry are not asking, but demanding an apology, and the year of the Nepo Baby is finally explained. The settlement comes months after a weeks-long televised trial that culminated with jurors finding that Heard had defamed Depp. Amber Heard has settled her defamation case against ex-husband Johnny Depp. She announced in an Instagram post on Monday. Heard called the decision to settle with Depp very difficult, adding that it followed a great deal of deliberation. She wrote, "After a great deal of deliberation, I have made a very difficult decision to settle the defamation case brought against me by my ex-husband in Virginia. It's important for me to say that I never chose this. I defended my truth, and in doing so, my life as I knew it was destroyed. The vilification I have faced on social media is an amplified version of the ways in which women are re-victimized when they come forward. Now I finally have an opportunity to emancipate myself from something I attempted to leave over 6 years ago, and on terms I can agree to. I have made no admission. This is not an act of concession. There are no restrictions or gags with respect to my voice moving forward." Heard had claimed herself to be a public figure representing domestic. During the trial, she testified in graphic terms about an assault incident as well as allegations of incidents of physical abuse. Depp denied all allegations of abuse. Social media posts during the trial overwhelmingly appeared to favor Depp. Support for Heard was harder to find, and vile content disparaging her abounding online. Some online creators said those dynamics in the online response to the trial were toxic for domestic survivors. Last month, major national feminist organizations came to Heard's defense, issuing a letter first reported by NBC News alleging that the vilification and harassment of Heard and her supporters were unprecedented in scale, marking one of the biggest public shows of support for Heard following the verdict. The jury awarded Depp $10 million in compensatory damages and $5 million in punitive damages. Heard was awarded $2 million in compensatory damages, but nothing in punitive damages. Heard appealed that verdict, leading to the settlement. Heard said that settling in the case will allow her to spend her time productively and purposefully. Heard signed off her statement by thanking her supporters and her lawyers for their work on the case and vowed she will not be threatened, disheartened, or dissuaded by what happened from speaking the truth. "No one can and no one will take that from me," she wrote. "My voice forever remains the most valuable asset I have." All right, now on to the ongoing drama that is surrounding the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. The couple have revealed their side of why they left the royal family in a 6-part docuseries released through Netflix. Now, with their grievances aired, Meghan Markle and Prince Harry are reportedly seeking a royal summit with family members to address concerns voiced in the docuseries. In addition, Meghan and Harry want an apology from his family. Amid the end of the shocking Netflix doc, the Sunday Times reported the Duke and Duchess of Sussex want to sit down with the royal family and address a few of the issues raised against the monarchy. Meghan and Harry allegedly believe there are double standards within the family, as Lady Susan Hussey, a former lady-in-waiting to Queen Elizabeth II, received a reconciliation meeting with Gozzi Fulani after Hussey made unacceptable and deeply regrettable comments about Fulani's heritage. Fulani claimed that after sharing that she was from East London, she was then interrogated and asked, "What nationality are you? Where do you really come from? Where do your people come from? And no, what part of Africa are you from?" Hussey, 83, is Prince William's godmother. The BBC also reported that Hussey apologized and resigned. Nothing like that was ever done when Harry and Meghan raised various concerns, no meeting, formal apology, or taking responsibility or accountability. That is hard to swallow. 100% yes, they'd like to have a meeting. The two have been warned that the palace will not be responding until the Duke admits his mistakes in the ongoing disputes. King Charles, his younger son, and his daughter-in-law made some new claims against Prince William and the palace in their Netflix docuseries aired last week. Charles knows that the monarchy divided is not a monarchy the world wants to see. To talk through their grievances, Meghan and Harry want the royal family to acknowledge the pain and hurt they put the couple through. Royal expert Katie Nichols has shared her thoughts on Harry's new demand to royal family, saying any reconciliation between the warring parties can only come about if the Duke and Duchess of Sussex also admit they have made mistakes. Nichols, however, believes this is the right way for the firm to proceed if it wants to stop the issue from gaining more traction, saying, "Harry knows full well William isn't going to retaliate." She continued, "I think the palace's stance of never complain, never explain, in this instance is absolutely the right strategy, because if they comment, they will only fuel the narrative and allow the story more oxygen to run." Friends of the Prince of Wales reportedly said, things have been very strained for a while between Harry and William. There is sadness at where things currently are with his brother, and there's a memoir coming. Another close friend of Prince William said the whole thing is mad. Prince Harry is set to release Spare on January 10th, 2023, an autobiography about his time growing up in the monarchy. Now, having created an independent life from the confines of the royal institution, Harry finally has a chance to set often inaccurately reported records straight. Best-selling author and royals editor Omid Scobie wrote, "The freedom of speech, and no matter how you may feel about the man, it's hard not to agree he should have the right to that." From millennials to Gen X, who else has heard of the Nepo Babies? Well, if you haven't, I'll fill you in as we dive into our last topic of the day, Nepo Babies Explained. There's been a lot of talk on the internet lately regarding nepotism in the entertainment industry as people point to the privilege held by the children of celebrities. So what does it mean to be a Nepo Baby? A Nepo Baby isn't any actor, singer, or otherwise famous figure whose success has been influenced by their even more famous parents. While some Nepo Babies are super talented, others' success is very clearly reliant on their parents' fame and wealth. Nepotism babies obviously have a far easier time entering the industries dominated by their rich. But recently, certain Nepo Babies have been pushing back against the label. Zoe Kravitz, daughter of Lenny Kravitz and Lisa Bonet, recently told GQ that she feels insecure about the fact that her parents' names helped propel her into stardom. She followed up with a more defensive statement saying, "It's completely normal for people to be in the family business. It's literally where their last name came from. You were a blacksmith if your family was like the Black family." She did in fact have a fair point, but I can't say the same thing for Johnny Depp's daughter Lily Rose Depp because she wasn't as careful with her choice of words as she openly denied her privilege in an interview with Elle magazine. Lily stated, "People are going to have preconceived ideas about you or how you got there, and I can definitely say that nothing is going to get you the part except for being the right part. The internet cares a lot more about who your family is than the people who are casting you in things. Maybe you can get your foot in the door, but you still have your foot in the door. There's a lot of work that comes after that." Her tone-deaf comments instantly caused an avalanche of criticism as some commenters mocked her lack of self-awareness, saying that it wasn't her 5-foot-tall height that landed her modeling gig, and that it was clearly the fact that she's the child of two celebrities. Other Nepo Babies in the entertainment industry have expressed a little more caution when talking about their advantages. Stranger Things star Maya Hawke, the daughter of Ethan Hawke and Uma Thurman, told Rolling Stones that she's well aware of her privilege. "I feel like the only way to handle the nepotism thing, which definitely gives you a massive advantage in this life, is you will get chances for free, but the chances will not be infinite. So you have to keep working and do a good job. If you do a bad job, the chances will stop." Nepo Baby Gwyneth Paltrow spoke about the issue on Hailey Bieber's YouTube show earlier this year. Paltrow said, "As the child of somebody, you get access other people don't. So the playing field is not level in that way. However, I really do feel that once your foot is in the door, which you unfairly got in, then you almost have to work twice as hard and be twice as good. Because people are going to pull you down and say you don't belong there, or you're only there because your dad or your mom or whatever the case may be." Spare a thought for Nepo Babies suffering from imposter syndrome, but at least some Nepo Babies seem to be genuinely trying to carve their own path and step out of the shadow of their parents. Of course, Nepo Babies will always be around, and nepotism is an issue that reaches far, far beyond the entertainment industry. But few people really care if an actor, singer, or model is a Nepo Baby if they do a good job. The public simply doesn't want to hear a Nepo Baby complain about their privilege or pretend they're playing on the same field as everybody else. Well, that's the end of today's informative episode, so if you like this video, please let me know by hitting the subscription button. And while you're at it, why not click the like button? Thanks for watching. My name is Matthew Stephen, and I'll catch you guys next time.